You are tuned in to Kids
In the Pit!
Hey guys, it's Gabe from Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I'm being joined by Nick Huffman from from a second story window. Okay, there we go. Yeah, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you for having me.
I just realized I could have said from the band instead of from a second story. It makes it easier.
You
Is it
know,
from the band?
we have dealt with that the whole life of the band.
Yeah.
The whole the whole from thing, and yeah, so that's our fault.
Yeah, I interviewed what's his name? The one that moved to Japan? Derek?
Derek, yeah.
Yeah. I interviewed him January, so like over a year ago. Wow. In Japan, and yeah, he's not. So he's not. When did he leave the band? Because he's not in it anymore, right?
No, he left in, I want to say 2006.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we made one more record and stopped touring like 2 years after that, and then we got back together. We played a reunion show in November of 2023. Yeah. And then have been playing shows and writing music since then.
Okay. Cool. Have you always been in the band?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we went to like in Japan with Derek. There was this like what are the girls that he books called? It's forgot. It's like a certain type of like music artist, but it's like different genres. It's like
Yeah. Like the Japanese idol thing.
yeah, the idols. Yeah.
Yeah.
We like just went like he got us into one of his like shows so we could see what it was like. But yeah, it was really cool in Japan when we went and we got to talk to him and everything. I mean, Mom, you've known him for years, right?
Yeah.
So
too.
yeah. But yeah, so I think I met you at Furnace Fest when you brought your son to yeah, you bought your son a Kids in the Pit hat, right?
And a shirt. Speaking
Oh, it's right there.
of, he was dying to make an appearance.
Well, you're welcome to. So how old is he?
Say hi, buddy.
Hi.
This is Oscar. He is 7.
Okay, wow. So yeah, that's a cool name. I don't know that many. I think I only know one Oscar, which is the singer of a like band we're friends with from Philly.
And his dad.
Oh yeah, and his Oscar. I mean his dad is also named Oscar. So
So now you know 3 Oscars.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't personally know any others. It was just, it's weird when you're trying to think of names for your child. I don't know. We kind of just went for one that wasn't super common, but was kind of an old school name that we really liked. So
Yeah. Oscar, do you like your dad's band?
Yeah.
Nice. So what was Nick? What do you do in from a second story window?
I am the drummer.
Okay, cool. What does the band name from a second story window mean?
So there isn't a, you know, meaning behind it. It was way back in the day. We were um, finding our way out of what was the trend in the time, which was like the new metal era of bands. And we used to be a different local band. Our name was Aphasia, and our music had changed. Everybody was growing up, and we were starting to be influenced by hardcore and early metalcore bands, and um, wanted to make like a genuine shift. And it didn't feel like the same band anymore, even though it was the same guy. So we were trying to come up with something totally new. And I think it was my guitar player Rob was reading I want to say it was from the novel of the Amityville Horror, an old horror novel that's been made into a movie a billion times. And if my memory serves me correctly, it was just from left to right on a whole row of one of the pages. It just said "from a second story window,"
Oh wow.
and
Okay.
he said it out loud, and it was in that early era. It was weird where band names were so obvious, where you heard the name and you immediately could tell if it was a hardcore band or if it was a death metal band, and for some reason that didn't give us any immediate assumption of what kind of music it would be. And for better or worse, that was what we just kind of, nobody immediately said no, and it ended up sticking. But yeah, there isn't much of a meaning behind it. It just, we liked that it kind of left the assumptions about what the music would be a little vague, rather than like you hear a band name like uh Cannibal Corpse,
Yeah,
pretty safe bet what the music's going to be like.
definitely. Yeah.
And that's not a
Um.
knock. I love that band, but
Yeah.
yeah,
What
that
kind
was.
of? Oh, sorry.
Go
Um.
ahead.
Uh, what kind of band does World of Chaos sound like to you?
See, that's interesting because you guys have some hardcore elements.
Wait, has he heard us?
Apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I've watched uh some of your footage. Your guitar playing's great, man.
thank you. I was just like you were saying, Cannibal Corpse sounds like a death metal name. If you never heard them before, I thought you never heard World of Chaos. But so what do you think the name sounds like? Like,
I mean, it definitely gives the impression of like this is going to be some aggressive, high energy music, and it's perfect.
yeah, I mean, a lot of
Trust
our
trust
song
me,
topics are kind of silly, but
most people's first band names are much worse.
I
So,
mean, mine was worse because me and the drummer of World of Chaos, we when we were like 10. Yeah, no, I was 10, he was 12, and we started a very, very, very bad like metallic hardcore band called Midnight Terror.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I mean, so we made like 5 songs. They all sucked, so we scrapped them and then started World of Chaos.
Right on, man. How many shows do you think you've played at this point? I bet your
Um,
mom knows exactly.
He would know more than
yeah.
me.
So let me
Yeah.
think. So do
It was 9 in last year.
yeah. So do let me think.
Open mics now.
So I know open mics don't count, but do Battle of the Bands count? Also,
Sure, absolutely.
if we play on the front porch of my house for my brother's birthday party, does that count?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so 9 last year. Wait, that's 9 including the birthday party?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What else is there?
that tour?
That's March.
Yeah.
No. Then plus 6, 7. Wait, where were we at? Were we at 16?
Yeah, so 23,
23, I believe.
give or take.
I think 23.
Yeah, man, you're way ahead of the curve for your age. So I'm the youngest member of the band. Well, technically not, I guess, but for a long time I was the youngest member of the band by a few years. But I played my first show when I was either 12 or 13.
Wow.
Um, in the late 90s. Two childhood friends and we were obsessed with Green Day and The Offspring and Nirvana, and that was all we did. We would play in his basement, our guitar player's basement, for like 4 hours every single Saturday, just learning tons of their songs. We ended up playing the last day of school dance. Like in our middle school, that would always be the big routine on the last day was just they put everybody in the gym and there was like a dance. But that year they had asked if our band would perform. And we were like, "Oh, cool." And we had I want to say we played like 16 or 18 songs. Only like 3 or 4 of them were our own. We were just kids that wanted to be Green Day, so we would just play early Green Day stuff all the time. But we didn't really think of how many people it would actually be when they put the whole school in the gym. So we were like these little kids, and there was a proper stage in the gym, and then they like flooded everybody in, and it ended up being what today would be a very successful, like middle of the road show. There was probably, I want to say 400 people, 500 people stuffed into the gym. So to us, having not had any experience with crowds, it was daunting. And we were just like, oh no. But it was fun. So for you to have that many shows under your belt in year 13,
Yeah.
dude, that's amazing. Not to mention the fact that you have fearlessly jumped on stages in front of some of the biggest crowds I've ever played in front of. And you seem quite comfortable at that. It's awesome,
I
dude.
mean, it's not that bad as long as you like don't mess up and
Dude, here's the secret. Even if you do, it doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all meant in fun. Um yeah, I don't know. Especially in this kind of community, like a Furnace Fest type atmosphere. Nobody's really gonna have egos or be judgmental. It's just everybody sharing a love for this kind of music. Can you hear me well, or should I
yeah.
put on? Okay. I had headphones that have a microphone in the event that my phone itself wasn't going to sound okay, but
It sounds fun.
Sounds
okay,
good.
great. Great.
Yeah. I mean, my first World of Chaos show was in front of like probably other than like the bands and our band members' parents, probably like 10 people. But
That counts, man. One of the first shows I played with those two friends, it was essentially like getting to have a birthday party at a house. We at my guitar player's house invited, I don't know, a dozen kids that we were all friends with, and it was essentially just everybody got to go in the basement and we played all the songs that we could play. And it felt like a show, but at that age I mean, anytime you're putting yourself out there, and because it's a scary thing. It's like diving into unknown waters when it's like you and your friends, everybody looks at each other and then somebody counts off the song. Who knows what's going to happen? So I mean, it says a lot that you can confidently do it. Some people never do anything like that, and it's just the thought of it is overwhelming. People have genuine fears of crowds.
yeah. I mean, our guitar player is kind of shy. Like sometimes, like she doesn't want to like headbang and stuff on stage. So
That'll come with time. The more reps he gets, and
She.
the more
She.
confident he gets.
She.
Oh, she. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll you'll just notice it one show. You'll look over and she'll be
She
going.
jumped on tour.
Oh yeah, she did. She jumped off a drum riser with me and the bassist. So me, the bassist, and the other guitarist, we all jumped off the stage.
Nice.
Yep. I mean, it was like a not off the stage, off the drum riser on the stage because there was like a drum riser on one of the stages. So yeah, I mean, we never really played with a drum riser. Wait, did we in at launch? Was there a drum riser?
Nope.
Yeah, there wasn't.
We've only had that one. So you're like, let's jump.
Yeah,
Let's all jump off of it.
yeah. Yeah, that was the second day of the tour we did. So how long has From a Second Story Window been a band?
Since '99, there was like I said, there was a big gap where we technically broke up in like 2008 until 2023. Everybody's lives were going in different directions and starting families and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we started '99, beginning of 2000.
Nice. Um, but I just realized we've probably asked a couple of these same questions, Derek.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably don't remember the answers though, since it was a year ago. But, yeah. So where do you live, and have you always lived there?
I live in Northeast Ohio. Um, yes, pretty much. I mean, my childhood home, where my mom still lives, is a, a mile or two from here.
Okay.
My wife and I, we lived in Pennsylvania for a handful of years before buying this house and moving back out here to be closer to family. But yeah,
Are you close to Columbus or Detroit?
we played in Columbus in March. It's about a 2.5 hour drive.
Oh wow. Yeah.
We're north. We're north of Columbus.
Okay. Yeah, because we're playing there in I think it was June 29th, but 2.5 hours is a bit far.
Where do you know the name of the place you're playing?
I think it's called like Frogwood Skateboards or something. It's like I know the skate shop.
Cool.
Yeah, I know it. It's like Frogwood or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where our lead singer is from, Sean. And
Okay,
we played there in March because that was going to be his first show back with the band. And so we did it in his hometown. It was a lot of fun. Columbus is cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Um, are you so wait, how many original members of From Second Story Window are there left in the band?
4.
Okay, so wait, how many members are in the band?
5 total.
Okay, so is it just everyone but Derek?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's fly above me. Good way. Um, so what are the band From Second Story Window has played with that you're proud to admit you've played with?
I mean, tons. I was, or we collectively were very excited to, um, this wasn't like just us and them. This was a proper, like day long festival in New Jersey called Saints and Sinners Fest. But everybody in our band were huge fans of the band Glassjaw, and we got to play on the same day as their reunion after like years of them being on hiatus or broken up. Um, that was one that I was like telling everybody about because I was obsessed with them. Bands that are now like gigantic that we were just eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches together, cutting our teeth. There's a band. Have you heard of the band called Architects? They're a British
Oh
band.
yeah, yeah.
They're massive. They spent like the last year or so opening Metallica stadium shows. We
Wow.
went over to Europe in 2007 with our friends in the band The Red Chord, and Architects jumped on like 2 weeks of that tour. And they were just a starting out band, you know, and they have gone on to, I mean, they're globally a big band. One of the nights on that tour, this young kid jumped up and sang one of our songs, like, did it very well, kind of the way you do when you jump up with Bane or whoever. Like, this kid knows the song, he knows the words, and he did it well. And we were just like, oh, that was cool. And after the show, people outside were freaking out over the who had jumped on stage with us. And they thought it was like a planned thing. And people start going, oh my God, you guys know Ollie? You guys know Bring Me the Horizon? And we were like, who?
Wow.
Who? And it was before they put out their first record that got popular in the United States. So we did not know who they were at all. And they've gone on to become a band that fills arenas all over the world.
Yeah,
And
wow, that's crazy.
turns out that kid liked us when he was young, and so we didn't even know him, but looking at it from the lens of today and how massive of a band they are, the fact that they knew who we were and even liked us back then, to me still seems kind of crazy. But I'm proud of any of the contemporaries that we played with. Some of our best friends are bands like The Red Chord, Dead to Fall. Our friends in See You Next Tuesday, we're playing shows with them later this year. Uh, yeah, man. You kind of get to play with a lot of bands when you do a festival like a Furnace Fest. I don't know how much that counts because that was like over 3 days and humongous
So
bands.
I think with like how it works with like I played with this band at festivals. I think it has to be on the same stage on the same day. I think that's how it counts.
Gotcha. Um, and yeah, man. Um, Tons of bands. Uh, the band The Black Dahlia Murder. I remember Hellfest 2003. It was the year both bands got signed. We were invited to come to the festival and told that both bands could get in, and we were going to be playing an after show in Syracuse, New York. And the people at the gate letting bands in did not have any word or any information saying that we were allowed in and we were on a guest list to come in. So our two bands were like locked out at the front gate and were embarrassed for like an hour or two, and we shared like our food with them and this and that. And then Keith, the guy that originally owned Hellfest, eventually showed up and was like, "Oh my god, yeah, they're cool, they can come in, blah blah blah." I mean, Black Dahlia Murder has gone on to become a household name.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean we're playing a festival with Murphy's Law. Um, I mean
Dude,
it's a different stage, but it is on the same day. So Fear's also playing that day. It's like a more punk festival, but still.
that's awesome. I
I mean,
mean, they're a huge band. I mean, they're in one of my all-time favorite movies. I think they've played Fenway Park, if I'm correct. I think they played in like
maybe.
the Boston Red Sox stadium once, like filled
Really,
it.
I didn't know that. Huh. What movie is Murphy's Law in?
Or Fear.
Or Fear, whoever you're talking about.
Oh, I was talking about Murphy's Law. They are in the movie The Departed.
Okay, yeah, I've never heard of it, but I'll check it out.
We'll watch it.
I'm sure your mom's seen it.
I don't think so.
No?
We
It's
will
a
watch it tonight.
it's a Scorsese movie with
Huh.
Jack Nicholson and Leonardo DiCaprio and
All right. We'll check it. We'll watch
Matt
it.
Damon.
Murphy's
Yeah.
Law's in it.
Yeah, they have a very I mean it's like their biggest song and it comes in early in the movie. It's
Oh,
awesome.
they've really played that's crazy. They've played the Red Sox Stadium. Have they actually? I didn't.
Yeah.
They must have been opening, I guess, because they're not that big.
I could be wrong, but I swear I saw footage of them and it was this like big Boston celebration type thing.
Maybe.
It could have been a festival.
I wonder why it's Boston because they're from New York.
Murphy's Law?
Yeah.
Am I thinking of you know
You're
what? I'm
thinking of
thinking of the
Dropkick Murphys.
Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Same.
sorry. My
They
bad.
both have a Murphy in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the name and
Murphy.
immediately started thinking of that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my fault. But
Good.
no, Murphy's Law and Fear. That's an exceptional bill to be on, dude.
Yeah. I mean Murphy's Law plays like they play like little clubs. They play like yeah, like a
For sure,
small
but they're legendary.
Yeah,
yeah,
legends.
they're legends for sure, but they don't play
Absolutely.
arenas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally had the wrong thing in my head.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, I interviewed Jimmy a couple weeks ago when they were on tour with Knox Front.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was in Philly. We went into their into like
RV.
yeah, into the RV. It's
Really
really cool.
goofball.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's ridiculous.
Very fun.
In a good way. So what was the first punk or hardcore show you went to?
When I was 12 years old, my mom and dad took me on a week-long vacation to Chicago, and I got to bring along my best friend. who was in that first band with me. And um, one night we were just walking through downtown, and if you've ever been to Chicago, one of the most unique looking bits of architecture, it almost looks like a crazy shaped metallic seashell.
Oh yeah,
That,
the bean.
the House of no, that you're thinking that's in oh, that is in Chicago. No, I'm talking about the House of Blues in Chicago.
Oh,
It
okay.
has this crazy cool shape. Anyway, we were walking past it, and we're these young wannabe like punk, at the time everybody called it grunge type kids, and there's this long line of people waiting to get into this venue, and they all looked like older cool punk people, and we were like and curious, and asked somebody in the line who was playing that night, and there was this short-lived super fun genre called ska that was just the funnest thing ever for just a handful of years, and then it disappeared off the face of the earth.
I mean, it kind of still like I feel like it's still pretty
it
big.
it's gotten its flowers, and people know and appreciate it for what it was, but it felt like it came and went so fast. But the band was Real Big Fish, and they were one of the bigger
Oh yeah, they're
ska
pretty.
bands.
Out with me tonight.
I don't know any songs. I just know they're big.
And my dad told me later that he slipped, because it was an 18 and over show, and we were like 12, 13. He slipped the doorman, I don't know how much money, but gave him cash, doing one of those like slick handshake things with like money folded up in it, and the guy let us all in.
Oh wow.
And we got to stand there and watch a sold out House of Blues punk ska show, and just the energy and the excitement made such a mark on me. The place held, House of Blues aren't, none of them are really too big. This was probably 600 people or so, 800 people maybe, with a small balcony. But to my young perception, it felt like a sold out arena, and the crowd singing, and the band was so great. And I love that band and ska to this day. I don't even consider it a guilty pleasure. To me, it was just such a fun genre of music. And yeah, Real Big Fish.
Nice. So what's your favorite place you visited or played a show?
In terms of the city itself or the show?
Probably I don't know. Probably the city.
Or the country.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
or the country.
Um, I love Denver, Colorado very much. It was just such a gorgeous city, and I loved how, depending on the time of the year, you could be in shorts and warm weather, and then make a short drive, and then you're up in the snow in the mountains. I thought Denver was always really cool. We spent a good week, broke down in Denver once, but thankfully our guitar player had family that lived there, so we were taken in a similar situation to, I don't know if your mom ever told you about uh, giving us a home and being our mom for like I want to say it was at least 3 or 4 days. It was an exceptional stay for five sweaty dudes in that
I think
small
I
apartment.
remember.
So
She had a tiny apartment in Nashville, Tennessee, and we broke down. I think we broke down. I don't know I don't remember the circumstances, but we didn't go anywhere for days, and your mom gave us a floor to sleep on, and that was a very gracious thing, given how it was like a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, and it was all of us.
wow.
Definitely 1 bedroom.
Yeah, you were slanging buttons out of a 1 bedroom
Right.
apartment.
That's crazy.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
So they
That's
just
why
took your whole
my
floor.
brain
essentially?
about exploded at Furnace Fest when I saw you. I immediately knew it was you, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, "There's no way." And
I had a giant couch, I think, though, right? Like a sectional couch. It
yeah,
Fit like
Yeah.
5 people to sleep.
I remember we were just eating ramen noodles, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We that was the very, very beginning of us traveling. So we had no money. We weren't even selling merch at that point for the most part. But Denver is great. We did a long tour where we played every province and territory across Canada from one side to the other.
Well, you played Nunavut too?
Well, I guess not everyone then, but
Okay,
it
then,
was.
I don't think bands play Nunavut.
We crossed up in Maine, and we went all the way over to the west coast side and ended up ferrying back down into Seattle from British Columbia. So we went
Okay.
from side to side, and there was like a dozen plus shows. It was us and Misery Signals and Darkest Hour.
Okay. Wait, did you guys also do like Yukon and Northwest Territories or just like the provinces?
I'd have to look at the pass. It's a blur, but
Okay.
I have all my tour passes for the most part, most of them. I think I still have that one. I'd have to look to be certain, but
Okay.
Canada was absolutely gorgeous. The drives were gorgeous. It would just be like some of it looked like we were driving through the Lord of the Rings landscapes
Yeah.
almost. But yeah, lots of places in Europe were really cool. I wish we could have gone to Japan. The year we broke up, that was on the list of things we were supposed to do that following year. Was
Oh
a
wow.
first was a first trip to. We hadn't been to Japan or Australia yet, and those were two things we were looking forward to, which ended up not happening. But
I mean, you guys still can.
so I mean, yeah, I guess it's possible. We're doing things now without a label, completely on our own. So um, funding gets pretty tight if when we want to travel and things like that. But
I mean, yeah,
never say
Japan.
never, right?
What?
Said never say never, though, right?
Yeah. How much were our tickets when we went?
Japan?
Yeah.
Cheap. Like 700 round trip.
Somehow we got them for like 700 round trip.
We got lucky.
We got extremely lucky. Like you never see them that low.
Yeah, that would be cool. You travel a lot, dude. Here's a question for
Yeah,
you.
we do.
So you have uh 1 hour. You get to randomly fly into Orlando, and you can go to any one attraction at any one of the Disney World parks before you have to leave again. Where do you go?
Wait, does Universal count?
No! Asshole. I knew he was going to say Universal. I'm going to punch him.
Universal's so much better.
Disney only. You're in the Disney bubble only. You have to pick one attraction at any one of the parks. Where would you go?
Probably Tower. Is it Tower? I don't know. Either
Tron.
Tron's really good. I don't know. Probably Tower Terror.
Nice choice. So, yeah, I've been jealous at your Disney trips. We went. Our family loves it. Um, wait for now that I think about it. Off to the side up here is. I don't know if you can even see it.
I can see a Christmas tree.
Well, yeah, we
was
keep
that
a
Buzz
year-round
Lightyear?
one that it's like covered in Easter stuff. It's like a year-round tree that my wife decorates for different holidays. But
Is
no,
that is
the
that
photo
Buzz?
up there is in like
Buzz.
Toy Story Land. It's
Okay.
like the big Buzz Lightyear thing.
Nice. Yeah.
Where? Sorry about that. Where's your favorite place to stay when you guys go? Have you stayed in a bunch of different resorts, or do you?
Only the cheap ones.
Yeah, we just stay in the cheapest one, like like the All-Star Movies ones.
Sure.
Those are usually like the cheapest. We try to stay there.
We
Mhm.
stayed in Pop before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
That's our go. That's our go-to.
If we can get a
Okay.
good enough price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. I just out of curiosity, every once in a while, will go on the site and build the exact trip that we did in 2022, and it's at least a full like $1,200 to $1,400 more now than it was then. and it's only,
Wow,
and it's only
great.
been a couple years. It's obscene, but
Yeah.
it gets its hooks in you for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we can go so cheap because we have our passes under your aunt's name.
It's illegal, so be quiet.
You're going
Disney
to
kicked us
jail, bro.
out.
Well, no one from there is going to see
Well,
it.
that's true.
Um.
We use my aunt's Florida address, but there's a trick to it.
Oh,
So
sure.
I will
Yeah.
fill you in later.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite ride at Disney?
So I'm a massive Star Wars kid. That stuff was a dream come true. I mean, my nostalgia was always with the OG Star Tours ride in Hollywood Studios, where they have like the big um AT outside that like shoots water at you, and you go in, and it's um you sit in the big booth, and it shakes and moves, and you're watching a
Oh
massive
yeah,
video.
that was cool.
That I remember doing when I was a really little kid. So when we went back, that seemed extra special to me. But I was blown away by the two newer Star Wars rides that they added when they built Galaxy's Edge, like the Rise of the Resistance ride, and just the scale of it blew me away.
Do they still have the old Star Tours or no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you wrote it the last time.
yeah,
Wait,
It's in front of Muppets.
wait, where's Muppets?
In front of Muppets the
yeah,
3D,
it's
like
like
before you get into Star Wars Land.
yeah, it's like a cross from
Star
the
Tours.
Indiana Jones show.
Wait, so it's like a screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, and you wear 3D glasses.
uh-huh.
Okay, yeah,
You went. I did not go. I get sick.
yeah.
Dude, so does my
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah,
I
I have to
wanted
put that
because
on.
we wanted to do it multiple times because there's like an endless combination of you don't know which trip you're gonna get when you go on it. There's a bunch of different
I didn't even
Again,
know
videos.
it's like a 5-minute wait.
My wife got so motion sick
Yeah.
that we only did it the once. I actually got motion sick on the what was it, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway. Somehow that super calm Runaway Railway thing, the like Mickey cartoon trippy
It does
thing.
the dance.
Yeah, doesn't that part kind of make you
To
sick? Like
dance a little
the
bit when it do. What's it called?
Daisy Ducks, like she does the like ballet teach.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's
That was
shaky.
the room that when we went in that room, all of a sudden I just felt the color drain out of my face.
Oh, no.
And I like picked up the bag that we had with us, like, oh no, oh no. I ended up not getting sick, but I was certain it was going to happen. That's never happened to me with anything.
Yeah, wow.
Sorry to
Um,
sorry to derail it. I love talking Disney stuff with people that also appreciate it.
yeah. Yeah. Favorite? Do you have a favorite Disney like food to get?
Um, I always loved
The drink.
um at Pop Century they have that like this tie-dye cheesecake. It's like a cup, and it's like a total tie-dye looking mixture of just cheesecake product.
Oh,
That's
Mhm.
fun, and you can only get it at Pop Century. But I don't know, man. A Mickey waffle in the morning.
yeah. I like the Mickey
That's a special
brownies.
thing. That hits different. I mean, quality wise, if you were to be at home and have them on a regular basis, you would probably be like, these are trash. But when you're
Oh,
but when you're
Everything tastes
on
better at Disney.
property and you're just at your resort, you're like, I'm living it. This is the best food ever.
yeah. Have you gotten the blue milk in Star Wars Land?
No, we didn't. So
Wow, you're missing out. It's so good.
my son is a type 1 diabetic.
Uh,
So um we have to at certain times be mindful and careful when we're gonna have some kind of dessert type thing or something with a lot of sugar to it, which that stuff
yeah.
does. And depending on where his blood sugar is at a certain time, it's probably not a good idea sometimes. So we strategically avoided the blue milk stand.
Yeah.
You could get the alcoholic one, and then he can't have any.
Yeah, I heard that they do like a booze version of it, don't they?
It costs more.
Mhm.
I'm straight edge, so I don't.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, how much sugar do you think it has? I mean, isn't it like kind of not that? Isn't it like not that bad for you?
It's fruity, but I'm sure it has added sugar.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
true.
know. Even just regular milk sends my kids' blood sugar through the roof.
Is there sugar in milk?
Yeah.
Tons.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Pour some next time you're home alone, pour a little bit of milk out on the counter and let it dry. It'll get sticky. It's gross. It's just
Oh,
pure tons of sugar added to it.
wow. So what was your favorite movie when you were my age?
Ooh. I tried to come up with a so um it could be a movie from any time, or are you referring to like a movie that was new when I was 13? Just
Any
what I
movie
like.
that you liked at 13?
I'm gonna have to either stick with Star Wars or the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Nice.
So
Um,
I'm quite a fan of both. One arm is completely Star Wars, and the other one is entirely Ninja Turtles. So
nice.
I'm a big kid.
Yep. So it says Blue Milk at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Hollywood Studios, blah blah, contains 23 grams of total sugars, per 240 milliliter serving.
Yeah.
Kind of a lot.
It's like a soda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like if we were to add that on top of a meal, it's a lot. So
Yeah.
just like I said, he doesn't have to live some kind of militant life. He has all kinds of treats and stuff on a regular basis, but we were already started off on when you're at Disney and all the food is just super sugary kind of stuff. Like we picked our battles with that one, but maybe next time
Yep.
if
Um.
we ever go back, uh maybe this new park opening at Universal will finally make them lower their prices and be competitive again. We'll
Yeah.
see.
This cough is ridiculous. Um. I mean, yeah. So we bring like hard boiled eggs to the park. So we'll just be like, let's eat some eggs. We'll just sit down in like somewhere and just like peel off the shells and just like throw them in the trash and then just eat an egg.
Those are like the perfect food. It's like
Yep.
having bananas. They have their own packaging and
But
Yep.
bananas in your backpack at Disney would get all bruised.
yeah.
That's true.
But the eggs, they just get banged up just enough that they peel super easy. Perfect.
The work is done for you.
It's
Yeah,
our bacon.
I was actually surprised that we were able to take stuff in. I assumed as cheap as they tend to be that they wouldn't allow such a thing, but I was shocked when it was like, yeah, you can bring anything.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
We love it.
hmm So, so if you could tell your 13-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
Hmm. This is like the most existential question ever, man. Um I don't know. And this is going to sound cheesy, but to always be mindful and respectful of my mom and dad even when they're like driving me nuts, or when something that they are trying to teach me, or um I don't know, it's weird being a parent now and I see my son or my daughter get like furious when the answer to something is no. Um Back then when I was a kid, I didn't have any perception or understanding of they might be telling me no out of love and for a good reason. And when I was a kid, I just thought it was like they're just doing this to make me miserable. And turns out that's just about never the case.
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't really make me mad. It's mainly just Gordy that drives me insane.
Yeah, it's little brother.
He's such a little smart ass. He's a jerk. But
You're going to grow up and realize he's the truest and best friend you're ever going to have.
Might
yeah.
My daughter does the same thing. She's 13 and Oscar is 7. So when
I don't
they're on good terms, they're best friends. But when they want to get at each other, oh, Yeah, it gets
Like,
scary.
if there's like a, I feel like the bigger the age difference, it's like not as bad usually.
For me, it felt rough. My older brother, I was the baby of the family. My older brother was 5 years older. So it was just enough of a gap to where past a certain age, he wanted nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I
And
mean, Gordy's 2 years younger than me. He just like does these like really annoying just like not he doesn't like physically do anything. He just like really annoying and does really annoying stuff to piss me off.
yeah, I mean that's a younger sibling's job, bro.
Fair enough. Well, anything to add before we wrap it up?
Just just that everything that you are doing and um the experiences you've already had are an exceptional foundation for an awesome life in music if you so choose to stay on this path. Um, you have great parents, and you clearly have a passion for this, lifestyle. It's weird. It'll be a lifestyle that people either get with all their heart and they're lifers, kind of like your mom and dad and myself and my friends. And then there'll be people in your life that won't understand what you're doing at all, but that's okay. Um, just just do it for the right reasons all the time. Don't put too many expectations on things when it comes to shows. Or I feel lucky that we didn't grow up in an era of streaming numbers and all kinds of data around, where our songs being played and stuff like that. Like all that stuff was a mystery. We would make records and they would get put out and we would be in the dark as to who was listening or how many people had it other than like first week sales figures. So
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
don't don't put any don't put too much emphasis on numbers or anything like that as a perceived marker for success. If you put out a song and it connects with one person, that's a connection that they're going to remember forever. And that's the coolest part about music. So I think you're on a great path, dude. And it's awesome to watch. All your videos with big bands, it's like it never ceases to impress me just how capable you are when you grab a microphone. Most kids your age would just freeze and you just kind of kill it. It's
thank you.
awesome. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely lucky to be able to like know all these bands and also to be able to scream because a lot of people can't. I don't know how I did. I just kind of can. So, I mean, I can't clean sing. If you hear me clean sing, you'll want to stab your ears with a flathead screwdriver.
It's not that bad.
I'm exaggerating, but like,
Probably better than me, dude.
yeah, I cannot clean sing for the life of me, but I can scream sing. So,
Dude,
yeah,
you've got a hell of a head start on most people. So
thank you.
I wish you all the best, man.
Thank you. Yeah, so thanks to Nick for joining me today, and thanks to all you for watching and listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week, bye.
See you, brother.